Hey guys, and welcome to the Candisia Creations YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing some long square acrylic nails on my left hand in the same way that I've done them on my right hand. So I actually filmed this in December 2021. These were my birthday nails, but I just haven't got around to doing the voiceover until now, which is why it's taken me so long to upload this video. So I'm starting off by dehydrating my nails using this nail prep dehydrator from Neo Nails, and I'm only applying this to my natural nails, not the tips. And then I'm going to be doing the same with this nail primer. Really, I should have used the Glitter Bells ones. I'm not sure why I didn't. I'm going to be using the Glitter Bells clear monomer as well as this Pinkerbell cover and glass slippers. I'm starting off by applying a very thin layer of glass slippers just to my nail bed. This is going to protect my natural nails from staining if I decide to put any coloured acrylic or anything on my nails that could stain them. And it also just helps to blend the tips into my nail bed a little bit, just in case I haven't really blended them down properly by filing them. I'm going to be using the Candisia XA glitters in waves, apple crumble and candy floss. I'm also going to be using our coral pink aurora foil and our white pink aurora foil as well. These are all available on Candisia at candisia.com. I'm going to be using the Urban Graffiti top coat. I'm going to use the matte one and the glossy one as well. I'm also going to be using this gold striping tape. I'm starting off with my pinky finger and I'm just using the Glitter Bells Pinkerbell cover and placing that on my nail bed, and I'm just blending that down towards the tip. After I've done that, I just use a little bead of glass slippers to pick up the waves glitter, and then I'm applying that to the tip of the nail in like a diagonal sort of fashion. It's a really simple design, but it looks so cute, and these glitters are amazing. I really love them. I'm a big fan of glitter anyway, but I've got to say that the Candisia XA glitters are 100% my faves, and I promise I'm not just being biased. So now I'm just grabbing those aurora foils that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm pretty much just gonna cut a little strip of both of them and then cut them into little shapes. And then I'm basically just gonna stick these onto my ring fingernail. I can't remember what I used to stick them down, but what I will say is it's better to cut these aurora foils down really small and encapsulate them, because they don't really like to stick onto gel and those sort of things. If you are gonna stick them on your nail, then it's better to just use acrylic to do that. So once I've stuck those aurora foils down, I'm going in with all the glitters that I showed earlier, waves, apple crumble and candy floss, and I'm pretty much just adding those glitters around those foils and filling in any gaps. So then I've moved on to my middle fingernail, and for some reason I wasn't filming, but I pretty much just used Pinkerbell cover to cover the nail bed and bring it down a little bit. And then once that acrylic went a little bit matte, I used a string just to cut across it and create a really straight line at the end of the nail bed. I've left that to dry, and then I've moved on to my index finger, and I'm using a small bead of glass slippers to pick up apple crumble, and I'm placing that glitter on the tip and I'm just blending it up the nail. Apple crumble is one of my favorite glitters. I just love it so much. I'm trying to make sure that the glitter is really flat on the nail, because when it comes down to filing, you do not want a bulky glitter filled nail, because then you'll end up filing off the glitters and it can actually take away from the strength of the nail as well. So once I'm happy with the coverage of the glitter, I've just used Tinkerbell cover and placed that on my nail bed, and I'm just blending that down over the glitter and creating a sort of nice nude to glitter ombre. There's really no rush with these things, just take your time, because it's better to end up with a set of nails you actually like, that have good structure and you're really happy with, than to finish a set really quickly and end up with some ugly nails. So now I'm just capping the nails using that same clear acrylic that I used before, which is called Gloss Slippers. One thing I do like about these square tips is that they kind of, for some reason, they force me to give myself a really good apex pretty much straight away. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. So now moving on to my thumb, and I've just applied a layer of clear acrylic to the tip, and then I'm using those same Aurora foils. I'm placing that same coral pink foil on top of the acrylic and trying to get it to stick down. As I said before, it is so much better and so much easier to use little pieces of these Aurora foils. When you use big pieces like I've done here, it is a little bit trickier to secure them. So once that Aurora foil is secured, I'm now going into those same glitters that I used earlier and just placing them around the Aurora foil. I'm pretty much just covering any gaps around that nail because I don't really want any transparent bits. And it also just adds a little bit more dimension to the nail as well. Here I'm using the back of my tweezer to press down that foil and glitter and just make sure that it's really stuck down with no gaps. And then I'm going in with Tinkerbell cover and placing that on my nail bed, and then I'm just blending that down over the Aurora foil and the glitters that I put on the thumbnail. I don't know why, but I feel like a lot of the time my thumb ends up looking the best out of all my nails. I feel like it always ends up being the nicest shape out of all of them as well. Maybe it's because I've got a little bit more strength in my thumb than in my other fingers, and I don't have to kind of bend it in a funny type of way like I have to do with the rest of my fingers, especially my pinky fingernail. Oh my days, filing my pinky fingernail is a nightmare. I really hate doing that. Now I moved back to my middle fingernail and I'm using my hand file to just clean up the edge of that acrylic and make sure that it's super straight. And then I'm going in with a small clear bead of acrylic and just placing that just after the Tinkerbell cover acrylic. I've basically just cut a very thin strip of the coral pink Aurora foil and I'm placing that down, and as you can see it's stuck down really nicely. And then I'm filling in the tip of the nail using apple crumble glitter and candy floss as well. I'm not gonna lie, with my right hand I didn't actually use the waves glitter, but I kind of just wanted to show you guys how waves looks as well, so I thought I'd add it into the set on this hand. So once I'm happy with the way the tip looks on this nail, I'm using glass slippers to encapsulate that tip. I'm not going to encapsulate the nail bed because Tinkerbell cover is a core acrylic, so you actually don't need to encapsulate it. It's pretty strong by itself. And also I've already given myself a really good apex with Tinkerbell cover anyway, so yeah, I don't really need to add anything on top of it. Hey, look at my nails, they look cute. So now I'm going in with this core safety bit on my e-file and I'm debulking the cuticle area as well as shaping the nails a little bit. As I said before, I really hate filing my own nails. It's a proper nightmare, and it's really uncomfortable to have to hold your fingers in a certain way to be able to hand file them. So using my e-file just to clean them up a little bit really helps, and it saves me quite a bit of time. Now I'm using my hand file just to finish shaping these nails, and look at my thumbnail. Look how clean and square that looks. I don't know why I keep using these dead files that I've used before when I've actually got loads of new ones, but I guess I'm just one of those people who I like to use things until they are dead before I can dash them and move on to the newer ones. I don't know, I guess I just don't like wasting things. Okay, look at my nails, they look cute, eh? So now I'm just wiping over my nails using some isopropyl alcohol, and look, they look so good already. So now I'm going into these little charms and taking out these small golden hearts. I'm just going to top coat my ring finger with that Neo Nails matte top coat, and while it's still wet, I'm pressing that gold heart into it. So I've cured that, and now I'm going to use this Urban Graffiti top coat. This is the glossy one, and I'm going to use this really thin liner brush, and I'm just going to go over that little golden heart, and I'm pretty much just kind of making a glossy little heart window on that matte nail, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like this whole set is about, it's not just about the glitter, it's about the glitter, but it's about the contrast between the matte and the gloss. Because I normally always have glossy nails, but I really wanted to do something a little bit different and incorporate some matteness into my nails. So I've moved on to my middle fingernail, and I'm using that gold striping tape to cover the edge of that nail bed, and then I'm adding another bit of that gold striping tape parallel to the one I put down before. So you don't get to see this because I've cut out a lot of the footage, but listen, when I tell you, this gold striping tape is hell. It is hell. Every time I've used striping tape in my life, it has given me nothing but trouble. It does not stay down, it just wants to curl back up. It's hell. Now I'm going in with this matte top coat, and I'm covering the whole nail. I probably shouldn't have covered the gold striping tape with it, but I guess it secured it, so it's fine. Okay, so I'm opening and closing the glossy top coat like this because my other hand's in the lamp. I actually tried to get my baby dad to do a voiceover for this video for me, and on this part he was like, yeah, she's showing off her skills, trying to show you that she can open and close the nail polish with one hand. I'm actually not showing off my skills, I'm just being resourceful. Thank you very much. So now I'm using that thin liner brush with that glossy top coat, and I'm just going over the gold striping tape, and again I'm just creating this sort of glossy window in the middle of that nail, in between the two pieces of gold striping tape. I think it looks really cool. Now moving on to my pinky finger. Okay, this one was really difficult. So I'm applying this gold striping tape to the tip of this nail, and this tape would not stay down. It wouldn't stay down for anything. I'm trying to squeeze it on that nail and it just wants to pop straight back up. So I decided to just top coat the entire nail using the glossy top coat, and the striping tape was having none of it. It decided it wanted to come off. So then I spent about 10-15 minutes repositioning the striping tape and trying to get it to stay down. I did end up managing to make it work, but it was not easy. It was really hard, and I would not recommend using the striping tape at all. So now moving on to my index finger, I'm using this nightmare striping tape yet again, but this time I'm putting it on my nail vertically, and trying to position it as centered as I possibly can. This was really hard again. I probably should have given up with the striping tape, but when I have my mind set on something, I won't leave it alone. I just have to find a way to do it. So that's what I did. I'm using my nippers to get rid of the excess striping tape. And now I'm basically top coating one side of that striping tape with matte top coat and the other side with glossy top coat. So what I think I did is I did the matte side first, and then I cured that, and then I went over the other side with the glossy top coat. I'm also going over the actual striping tape with the glossy top coat as well, because if you go over it with the matte, it dulls out the gold and it just doesn't look nice. So yeah, I wanted that gold striping tape. I wanted that striping tape to be glossy as well. Now I'm top coating my thumb using the glossy top coat. I'm not adding striping tape onto my thumb because I had enough at this point. I was not trying to torture myself any further. Then I also top coated the back of my nails using the glossy top coat. So here I decided that I was going to be a little bit extra and use one of these little gold circles. I used my nail glue to stick that gold circle down, and then I used the crystal that fit inside that gold circle and just stuck that down too. So normally I'd use my Blue Sky Builder gel to stick down my crystals, but on this day I just really couldn't be bothered with it. I just decided to use my nail glue and it worked fine. None of my crystals popped off, so it's okay. It's great. It's fantastic. I'm actually not sure what size crystals I used because this was such a long time ago, and I'm sure I used a mix of Swarovski crystals and off-brand crystals as well, but the off-brand crystals I use are really beautiful, and more time you wouldn't even be able to tell that they're not Swarovskis because they look really good. Look at that thumbnail. It's got such a nice apex, nice shape. Oh. So I'm also gonna go over that gold circle thing with my glossy top coat, because these things like to turn black. The gold washes off them, so I like to put a glossy top coat over them so that doesn't happen. So once I'd finished decorating these nails, I decided that I was not going to do my right hand because I simply couldn't be bothered. Decorating these nails with the striping tape and the crystals and blah 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 took probably the same amount of time that it took to do the actual acrylic itself, and I was not trying to waste any more of my time doing this. So yeah. So then I used this pink pineapple cuticle oil and went over all of my cuticles. Oh, by the way, I actually did my right hand about 2 days before I did my left. So I was walking around with nails on just one hand for a couple days and one nailless hand, you know, but it is what it is. So these are the finished nails. I absolutely love them. They look so cute. Yeah, I really, really love them. They're so beautiful. I just love the Candisia XA glitters so much. They look beautiful with a glossy top coat and even matte as well. You can see all the dimensions in the nails. They just look amazing. So yeah, so I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and listening to me rambling on. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more creative content. I do nails, I also paint. Make sure you check out Candisia.com as well. We've got new products on there. We literally just added some new products to our website. We've got some really cool dangly nail charms, which I absolutely love. So yeah, check that out. I should have another video up real soon, and it should be a painting of Miss Rihanna. Okay. Yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys that one. And yeah, bye guys.